What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cold Killer 022 here, and this is episode number 2 of Road to Nuclear. I'm really not talking about a lot of things, a lot of the gameplay. I'm really just, using this as an interesting gameplay. That way I can talk over things and, I was watching Jay-Z, and he was like, I hate Metro so bad, and I found it so ironic that I got a nuclear on it, and I went 39-0. A little bit of a spoiler, but it's probably going to be in the title. But the craziest thing is, the day that you saw... the day that I recorded the first episode of this was actually the day that I got a nuclear too. And I found that so crazy. Because it was kind of like, I turned the game off after that game. I was like, I'll go for this nuclear later. Started hanging out with my friend. He was like, hey, you know what? Help me and let's both go get a nuclear. And I was like, let's do it. And, it's kind of like I put my mind to it. I played smart. I was aggressive, but I wasn't too aggressive. There's a couple of times where you'll see that I nearly die, which would have sucked, but I don't die at all. So, let's go ahead and get into our first topic. Well, not first, our only topic. And today I really want to talk about phobias. The arachnophobia, the fear of spiders, all these different fears, the fears of heights, and I used to have a fear of heights, actually, and, I kind of stopped and thought about it, and this was, when I was still going through, a depressing phase in my life, and I was watching a lot of Syndicate at the time, and he was like, you only got one life, you gotta go make it count, and to me, that was so, inspiring, and it helped me get over the fear of heights. But, I've really had one fear a lot in the past, since I was about 6 or 7, and, my family's Christian. They, believe in God and everything, and I'd like to believe that I'm Christian, but there's a lot of thoughts that I have, and it really, scares me, and, I don't like to say I'm an atheist, but, it's kind of like, I don't know what to say I am, and it's kind of scary and everything, but, I have a fear of eternity, like the phobia of eternity, which is aphrophobia or whatever. And it all started when I was 6. I was taking a bath. My mom was, in her room, and the bathroom and her room are right next to each other. And I remember I asked, Mom, how long do you stay in heaven? And, the answer she told me, I don't think it was a mistake on her half. I don't understand why it scared me so bad. But she simply said forever. And, when I was 6, I kind of heard forever, and I started thinking, and, there was no end to it, because I started, imagining the earth rotating, and it's just not stopping. And it scares me so bad. When I was littler, when I was 7, 8, 9, 10, this went on for years, and I'd hear the word forever, and I'd have panic attacks. I couldn't breathe. It was hard for me to breathe. I had one in the middle of class one time, and, my teacher asked what was wrong, and I just kind of said nothing, played it off, because I thought, for me, it was a little weird, that I'm that scared of it. And I, talked to my one friend when I was 7, and I was like, did you know when we die and go to heaven, we stay there forever? And he said, yeah, and he was, all good with it. And I had to learn to cope with it, especially, knowing that it went on for that long. You have to learn to cope with something. And when I was really big into skateboarding, I'd kind of start thinking about it when I was going to bed. You're not thinking of anything, and then you just, think of something random. And I started thinking about forever, and it got really scary. I would have panic attacks in bed. It caused me to have amnesia. I'd stay up a lot because I'd start thinking about it. First thing to do, turn on the TV. TV would distract me from it. Anything that would distract me from it, it kind of like helped me through that day, or helped me get to bed or something. And then it kind of, in the middle of school, people and everything talk about, I don't know, somehow every day it felt like that people would talk about forever, and the word just, like, today it really doesn't affect me because I'm thinking about life. I'm only 16, but I don't know. I think I worry too much about life, actually, but, I start having, the word today, it gets to me sometimes, but other times I hear it and, I'll kind of just stop. I heard it in mythology. He was talking about, my teacher was like talking about the underworld and the Greek mythology, and he said eternity or forever. He said some variation of it, and it really got to me. Like, I started having another panic attack in class, and it's really scary because my stomach knocks up, I can't breathe, and you don't know what's going on. It's just a word, but it has so much more meaning to it than just the word. It has so much more history behind it for me, and I don't really know if I have the fear of it because I was told at such a young age, and like I said, I don't blame my mom, and she's not a bad person. I think she was just telling me to tell me, but tell me what your phobias are down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, go ahead, leave a like, think about subscribing, and see you next time.